Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this Super 7 Ultimate Figure review, we're going to be looking at Trax. So in this video, we're going to have a look at all the accessories that comes with him. We're going to have a look at the multifunctional, I suppose, ways that you can display him, as well as comparing him with some of his Generation 1 originals. We're going to bring out some other Super 7 figures that I've got at hand just to see how he looks, I suppose, and displays with all of them, as well as a few other figures as well, again, just to give you an idea of scale and size. Before we get started, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if they'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now, please, because it really will help me out. And also we're going to look at the packaging, but before we do, I've just got to say that in one way I wish that I've done the unboxing live, because I've just completely blown myself away. I know it sounds silly, guys, and this is where I'm slightly kicking myself. I'm being dead honest now that I didn't really give these much time, but I've just found this in the box. And anybody, I mean, please forgive me if of course you knew this was in the box, but this is of course Basher, which is his Action Master partner from Transformers Generation 1. And I've just seen as well that you can attach this and do exactly the same gimmick what you could do in Generation 1. Now, I know it's just a small thing. It might even be very minuscule to most people, but it's just made my day. It really has. Right, let's first and foremost look at the packaging. So we can see there it says Transformers Trax. I suppose you could class this as the outer shipper, because that's obviously all it is. This is the main outer box. Let's just lift this up quickly. And that is beautiful. Look at that. You've got the reflective blue, I suppose, outline, blueprints, whichever you want to call it, of course, Trax himself. Now, because these are licensed by Hasbro and Takara, they are allowed to call them by their proper names, and they are allowed to use their correct likenesses, and indeed do things like that, give you his tech spec on the back. So that is how they come packaged. You can see that it says Ultimates there. That's because these are the 7-inch figures. Super 7 do other figures, but they're just the smaller standard. I think they're 3 3/4 inch. I may be wrong, guys. Correct me in the comments if I am, obviously. But yeah, as I say, silly little things. This has just totally made my day. Let's move the the outer box out of the way. So this is how he come packaged. As I say, I took him out of there. Then on the underside, I noticed this. I think because when I looked at the product description, they just called it Tank. And it's not Tank. His name's Basher. He's actually, as I say, that's his name in Generation 1. But I've got to keep that there because I'm going to take out some of the fists as well, because the fists on this guy at the moment are just closed. But that's the packaging, loads of it, but it looks really, really neat. Right, let's have a look at the figure itself, as I say. So what we've got here, these don't fire, of course. These are just molded. In fact, let's bring in the G1 original to see how good a homage that really is. And it's great. I mean, I know this is obviously more based on his appearance in the cartoon, but the toy wasn't far off either, was it? The toy's the toy's very good, to be fair. I do love the toy. Again, maybe this is missing chrome, but it doesn't really matter. But you can definitely tell that them two are in fact the same figure. I'm going to bring that over there for a second because I want to show you the fact that you can turn his head around. It's fully articulate. It looks up and down as well, which is great. That looks to be molded on. I'm not going to try and break it off. The shoulders will come out to a nearly full T. There is a swivel there as well. You can hear they're quite stiff. There's also a bicep flexion. There's also a bicep twist. The fists will come off. So in fact, let me show you this. So there's full wrist articulation. These do require a little bit of force. In fact, some of it's a little bit like heart in mouth, because me myself personally, I think that I'm going to break it. Right, where's that other fist gone? There's the open one. Typically it looks like I've not got the one I wanted, so what I'll do is, oh, and the back comes off. I'm going to show you that in a second. I'm going to reattach that via them tabs there. We'll go to the waist first. We'll swivel at the waist, which goes all the way around. There isn't the big thing I've found with these is you can't really do the splits with many of them because of the hip skirts, but to be honest, I don't really know why you would want to. You can move it up a little bit. It is rubber, so it does have a bit of flexion, but you can't go that way either. There's a thigh cut to give it a bit of movement, is it? No, it doesn't go around as much as I thought it did, but there is a good knee bend. There is a good ankle rock as well. Not the rock, sorry, the tilt. However, again, far more articulate than the original Generation 1 self. Right, what I need to do then, in fact, there it is. There's the hand that I got ready. So this is going to fit. There's also articulation here as well, guys. So the wrist can go up and down as well as spinning side to side, which is great. Just as I say, requires a little bit of force to pop it in. Interesting thing is this gun. This gun, though, is nothing like his Generation 1 gun, from what I can tell. So it's probably more like what it appeared in the cartoon. Same as we've got Blaster, obviously, from Autobot. So I imagine that he's going to be able to carry that with the... Yep. So if I changed, in fact, let's have a go at doing it. Let's just change the hands. Let's see if this gun fits in there first and foremost. That's brilliant. Look, you can even put the finger in, and you can, of course, then pose this. I got to confess, guys, I say in all my videos, I'm not the best at posing particular figures, but that does obviously work. Let's try this one as well. That's it. The sort of open, but I suppose it can sort of clasp. Let's see if it'll work. There is another 2 sets of hands as well. I've just dropped that. This is very, very stiff, but that's, of course, because it's brand new. And I just want to be, yeah, dead honest with you with that. So will this go underneath there, or do I need the other set of hands? Nope, it looks like he would be able to. He would be able to hold that, at least, if not in that, with the other set of hands. But of course, you can recreate the scenes from them, from your favorite episodes. There we go. It does. He will hold on to it. There you go. So it will. That's okay. I'm going to take that out of the way for now, though. I think if I showed you every single thing you could do, this video would be about 20 minutes long. But I do want to show you quite a few things. You can take, in fact, as I say, if you take this back part off, you can then replace the head. And again, recreate the scene from this particular episode as well. I'm not going to press that fully on, actually, because I'm going to take it off. But I like the fact that you can do it, and again, you can see it's on a ball and socket, so you can completely move it around. Right, whilst the head is off, though, this is, I love this. This is, as I say, this has just totally made my day. Right, so there he is. Looks a bit, well, he is headless, obviously. You can take what they're just calling tank. It's not tank. There you go. And the treads don't move at all. The turret does, and these little guns move. But you can take this off. If we spin this around now, this section here will fit into the back, like so. That'll squeeze in. Just might need to move the arms forward because that's quite heavy. Then this will then fit on top of the head, like so, which, as I say, that's just, I wished I'd have known they did this sooner. I probably would have jumped on these a little bit quicker, which is quite strange because I think I knew that the Bombshell one did it, but I didn't realise that the Trax did it as well. Now, first and foremost, there's his Action Master gun, and that is a brilliant likeness. They've just made it bigger. They've just oversized it. There's the Action Master. These, if you're wondering what these are, if you've never seen these are European Generation 1 Action Masters. Now, they're exclusive only to Europe, which meant that they're quite sought after, to be honest. But the gimmick for these particular figures was, let's see if I can get this to work now, that this would attach again onto the back of the figure. And then the gimmick would be that you'd press, I don't want to really push that down in case I damage it. You'd press that, and then that would pop over, and yay, look at that. That's ace. Simple things, guys, simple things like that. That's just amazing. It's just so cool, because I suppose it could be a little bit of a niche. Again, most people might not have seen this, might not know that it was even intended to do that, but that's, yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. And the gun homage as well is fantastic. Let's just put his hands right. He looks, there we go. I'm very impressed with that. But just to finish off, I suppose, the rest of the video, I'm going to get him looking as we all would expect him to look, because I'm going to bring in a few of the other figures. That's going to go there. Let's keep him very neatly over there. So I've got a few opened at the moment just to be able to do videos like this. So of course, these all scale together. They don't scale with any other figure really. What I will do though is bring some other figures in just to give you an idea, I suppose, of the size of him. So these again are the other Super 7 Ultimates. There's quite a few of them now. I think they're onto the 3rd wave, so that perhaps means there's 12. I might be wrong, but there he is there. Let's bring in some other figures. So as I say, he's about the size of a leader class figure. Nowhere near the size of a Masterpiece though, so can't even see Optimus's head there. So he obviously won't scale, unfortunately, with Masterpieces. They are designed to scale with themselves, and I suppose that's why they're releasing so many of them. I think I've pretty much covered everything there. You could probably tell I'm impressed by him. And again, my whole thought process on all of these has just changed so much, because again, if it's just about displaying figures, posing them, recreating scenes, you know, from cartoons, etc., yeah, these are the exact perfect figures to do so. There you go, guys. That is Super 7 Ultimate Trax. Let me know what you think in the comments. Take care.